everyone. Carson Courier here for a special edition of Unscripted on 13 Plus. We do not have a new newscast on 13 News because of soccer, but we've got you covered right here on 13 Plus. So a lot of big stories we're following this morning. One of those, we've been talking about it for quite some time, the Christopher Clemens trial. We know our very own J.D. Wallace is tracking the latest there. We're going to get to him shortly here. He's actually live at the courthouse. But first, we want to bring you some late breaking news. Definitely a busy morning on your roads. First, let's take a look at our website. So this is KOLD.com. We're following all kinds of breaking news. So a Border Patrol agent has been hurt after an incident at the State Route 86 checkpoint near 3 Points. CBP says the incident happened about 8 this morning. CBP says the vehicle being pursued by Tohono O'odham police hit the agent. That agent suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to Tucson for treatment. CBP and the FBI are investigating this morning. Of course, we'll make sure to bring you the latest information about this story as soon as we get it. Turning now to some video from earlier this morning. Video here. This was from Ajo Way southbound I-19. It was shut down for hours this morning. According to police, a TPD officer was involved in a collision with a semi-truck. Here again, this is video from the scene earlier this morning. This is since reopened. That's according to Transview, according to ADOT, it does appear to be open. Police say delays are expected though, so this investigation is still ongoing. We'll bring you the very latest developments as soon as we know. Turning back now to our Wilcox, I-10 near Wilcox, it is reopened following a deadly crash. This happened at milepost 327 near Johnson Road. According to Wilcox Fire Rescue, multiple vehicles were involved here. When crews arrived on scene, they found a tractor trailer in the median. It was severely damaged. We know one person died on scene. Another had non-life-threatening injuries. Again, that is according to Wilcox Fire. This investigation is ongoing, but I-10 near Wilcox, it is back open. As soon as we learn more, we will let you know both on air, online, and right here on 13 Plus. And another crash that happened this morning. As we mentioned, a very busy day on your roads this morning. I-10 westbound is reopened at Craycroft Road following a fatal crash involving a pedestrian here. We brought it to you as late breaking news this morning on 13 News. DPS says the crash happened just after 5:30 this morning when a male pedestrian ran into the westbound traffic lanes of I-10. This was between Craycroft and Valencia. Police say he was hit and killed by an SUV. Authorities say I-10 was closed for about 2 hours here. It is reopened, but again, a big mess out there. Cars were being told to take Valencia instead of being on Craycroft, so lots to get to on your roads, a lot of investigations going on, so we'll make sure to bring you the very latest as soon as we go. Now, let's switch gears. We are turning to weather. We're taking a live look here, and this is in Pennsylvania. You can see a little bit of snow out there on the ground. It just looks cold though. You can just feel it, right? So a storm across the East Coast. It's set to knock out power and significantly disrupt travel, work, and school. Some parts of the region, including New York City, could see the biggest snowfall in more than 2 years, with up to 2 inches of snow per hour in the hardest hit areas. I can't even imagine. Governors in several states, including New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, they're urging people to work from home, avoid non-essential travel. Hundreds of flights have been impacted, with the majority in or out of major airports throughout New York, Boston, and New Jersey. But here at home, things looking pretty good. Now, Michelle this morning was talking about how it's kind of like a teeter-totter, right? Right. When they're experiencing bad weather, we aren't. So first alert forecaster Ali Potter is here with some great news this morning. Finally, the sunshine.
I know.
Back.
Finally, the sunshine, the temperatures, and I know the snowbirds were going, wait, we leave parts of Pennsylvania to be here in Tucson. So We do have some snow of our own, though, Carson, of course, up on Summer Haven. But this is the beauty of Tucson, right? We can go up the mountain and enjoy the snow and the cooler temperatures, or we could stay down the mountain and enjoy all the sunshine and those warmer temperatures. Right now, taking a live look on Summer Haven. That snow is still on the ground. Get out and enjoy if you do have the day off. 48 degrees today for your Tuesday, 47 for Wednesday. 50s, though, warming up on Thursday. A live look on Twin Hill. Lots of folks are taking advantage of these really nice temperatures on this Tuesday. Life jacket, though, is needed at this very moment. And if you are going to go hiking, by noon, 64 degrees by 2 o'clock this afternoon, 69, 71 by 4 o'clock later on this afternoon, and 67 by 6. Lots of sunshine, though, in the mix for everybody. Right now, temps sitting in the 60s, 62 in Tucson, 57 for Sierra Vista, 64 in Nogales, 55 for Wilcox, 56 in Safford, and 62 for the Marana area. Our radar dry and clear. This was not the case last week whatsoever. We are not even tracking a cloud in sight at this very moment. That can all change, though, later on next week. We do have this ridge of high pressure that's going to warm us right back up to the 70s and, of course, bring all that sunshine that everyone has missed, especially on Saturday. So it's going to be a really nice weekend ahead. In fact, hopefully you have some outdoor plans, and if you don't, well, you better make them. Next week, though, we will see another storm system starting to make its way through town, but we're about a week and a half off from that. You know, of course, a lot can change between now and then. So for this week, really the big talker are the really nice conditions. You can't complain with this weather. 72 degrees today, your Valentine's Day, 70, 74 degrees on Thursday, Friday, 73, and on Saturday, 75 degrees. Today's forecast on neighboring towns at 66, Nogales, Green Valley, 69, 65 for Wilcox, or for the Douglas area, and everybody gets some sunshine. So if you have some outdoor plans, maybe take your Valentine for lunch and enjoy it outside. It's going to be really nice. I like to feel sweet, though. 70 degrees is our forecast and high for your Valentine's Day. Of course, if you do have dinner plans, it's going to be much cooler. But hey, that's good cuddle weather, right? The 70s are sticking around for the rest of our week, and then heading into our weekend. Really nice, 75 and lots of sunshine, so it'll be really nice, and it doesn't stop there.
Hi, I don't know if you can actually hear me.
77.
Oh.
Wow. Compared to last week, this is just okay, right?
It is.
I felt like we had so much rain, which we need, right? So snow, and then it would be fine.
Oh.
And it would,
All right, well, okay, I'm right here. He said he can do me in a minute here. We get this up here, so I'm standing. Do you see me here?
Again, we're talking about these storms. Oh, here comes. We're gonna dry out. Oh, here we are again. Exactly. This time it's totally different.
Yeah, I'm. Let me just check my.
Okay.
And you know, hopefully it sticks around for rodeo.
Oh,
you know?
my
Okay,
goodness,
somehow
I
the
hope
mute
so.
was on.
Why does
All
it
right,
always
now.
feel like as soon as the rodeo comes?
Okay, I
The
think.
weather
Just a
gets
second. Let me put
good.
this
No, we need
microphone
this
back down.
We do.
And yeah, I'm
So
ready
fingers
whenever you
crossed.
guys are.
Okay. Thank you.
All right,
Yes,
standing
of
by.
course. Okay.
Okay.
So now we actually want to get right on over to J.D. Wallace. He just got out of the courtroom minutes ago. I've been watching his live shot here. He has the latest about the Christopher Clements trial. Everything you need to know.
Well, Carson, we're entering the second week of the trial of Christopher Clements, who is accused of kidnapping and murdering 6-year-old Isabel Celis back in March of 2012, and then they didn't know where she was until Clements actually had his girlfriend contact the FBI so that he could cut a deal to drop some unrelated charges, so he would then direct the authorities to the location where Isabel Celis's body was found, and this was in 2017. So today, on this starting the second week of trial, last week we had the family members on the stand talking about the events before and after the disappearance of Isabel. Then we actually started to hear from those investigators who were in the field at the scene where Clements directed them to find Isabel's remains, and there were skeletal remains, pictures of skeletal remains shown in court while the family was also there. Fast forward now to today, and we started the day actually with the judge speaking to one of the jurors. There have been 2 jurors already excused, and the judge made it clear that they were excused for personal reasons unrelated to the case. A third juror had expressed concerns about missing work, not being able to tend to family, and the judge told that juror, "I'm not going to bully you into staying here. However, I only have 2 more alternates left. If I let you go and then I have to let 2 more jurors go, we'll have a mistrial." That juror said that he will continue to serve on this jury. The defense was concerned about this juror only because he works 2 jobs and was concerned about how much rest this juror is getting. However, once again, that juror is going to continue to serve at this point. Now, also, Judge James Marner, had told the rest of the jury as well that while they may have noticed some of these jurors leaving, there's nothing to be concerned about. They left because of personal concerns. We know that one of them had transportation issues. Now, this morning after that, we had a number of people testify. We had an FBI agent testify about being led out to the scene of where they found Isabel's remains in March of 2017 with Clements in a different vehicle, and basically got right back down to how they found those remains, the state of those remains, where they were, and then they secured that scene. Then they moved on to the forensic pathologists who actually took a look at the skeletal remains and examined them to determine that it is most likely Isabel Celis, because those remains are of a child somewhere between 5 and 10 years old, and that the remains had been there somewhere between 2 and 5 years based on the weathering. Once again, the only pieces they have to work with were some pieces of skull, vertebra, and femur. And one of the things they could tell from these remains was that the femur was in multiple pieces because of the fact that this is not a fully developed human being. Once again, going back to the youth of those pieces. So that's where they are right now. They have had the pictures of the skeletal remains up a few different times in court. The Celis family is in court. They are having to sit through this and watch that. After lunch, the defense will now talk. Actually, excuse me. They will be looking at some more photos. The forensic pathologist will be presenting for the prosecution to ask some questions. Likely then have a cross-examination from the defense, and that'll be this afternoon. Reporting live from Pima County Superior Court, J.D. Wallace, 13 News.
Another huge case happening right now. So the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals brought its courtroom in 2 cases to Tucson this morning. The 3 judges heard 2 cases on appeal. The first involving a man convicted in the murder case of Border Patrol agent Randall Terry in 2010. Heraclio Osorio was convicted of first-degree murder in the case in 2018, but his appeals attorney argued he was given a Mexican attorney who did not understand the American legal system, so he gave his client bad information, including that it was okay to confess. The court seemed sympathetic to that. The second case involves a man from Bullhead City who threatened to kill House Speaker Nancy Pelosi over the phone. Now, we know that the defense is that he made hundreds of calls and was drunk for most of them. The judges did not seem sympathetic to using being drunk as a defense. Many students from the Rogers School of Law at the university were allowed to sit in during the appeals and ask questions afterwards. So lots to get to, lots of developments throughout the day. Our very own Bud Foster is tracking the latest. He will have the latest on both of these cases coming up tonight on 13 News at 4 and 5. If you miss it there, you can get it on KOLD.com, our website, or right here on 13 Plus. Now, switching gears, a little bit of good news here. So Valentine's Day is tomorrow. We know Oro Valley is going to be celebrating 50 years of being a city. Definitely some great news there. And we know that there are so many good shops and restaurants in Oro Valley. So the Oro Valley Chamber of Commerce has come up with a 50 businesses for 50 years plan. It's to support local. So take a look at ways that you can support local in Oro Valley over the next few months, especially on Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining us this morning. Just to get started, tell me a little bit about this event. 50 years in Oro Valley, 50 different businesses celebrating the 50 years. So what can people expect?
So we are celebrating the town's anniversary of 50 years. And so what the chamber has done is we've created this year-long Shop Local program where we will be highlighting 50 businesses throughout the entire year. So usually with our Shop Local program, we focus on the summer months when business gets slow, and so we try to help our businesses out then. Summer and then the holiday. But this time we are extending it throughout the entire year, and we have selected 50 businesses throughout Oro Valley that we will highlight in 2-week periods. And so this first 2 weeks, so the 5th through the 18th, we will be focusing on Posh Petals, which is a cute little florist up here in Rancho Vistoso. We will also be focusing on Saffron Indian Bistro, which is at Oracle and McGee, and then also Spa Well, which is the freestanding spa at El Conquistador Tucson and Hilton Resort. And we've selected those ones for this time period because Valentine's Day falls within this time period. So what better to get than a date night out at Saffron with some flowers from Posh Petals and a spa treatment from Spa Well.
Super exciting. So great news for all of these businesses in Oro Valley. Have you already selected the schedule for which businesses you're going to be highlighting each week, or is this something that's going to be kind of a week-by-week basis?
So we have selected the businesses, and the full schedule is up on our website. You can find it at orovalleychamber.com. And we selected the businesses because by reaching out to all of the businesses in the community. So the town of Oro Valley Community and Economic Development Department sends out an annual business survey to every single business in Oro Valley. And we asked them to include on that survey a question about if they would be willing to participate in a year-long Shop Local program. And that survey went out last summer. And we initially reached out to the people who responded yes, they wanted to participate. And you know, some of them, the way we formatted the program, they didn't really think it was a good fit for them. So some of them said thank you, but no thank you. And some of them a lot of them were very excited to participate. And then we filled in with other people to fill in those spots who we thought would be a really good participant and want to get people into their business.
We spoke a lot about just shopping local during the pandemic. I know when all these businesses were struggling and people weren't really allowed to travel, but how important is it to continue to just shop local, support local year round? I think this program definitely highlights that need.
Yes, and one of the things that our chamber really tries to do is to emphasize the importance of shopping local and keeping your money in your community. Especially in a community like Oro Valley where we don't have a property tax. So a lot of the amenities in our community are funded by sales tax. So when you're spending your dollars inside of Oro Valley, your money stays there, not only in sales tax, which is great, but also because people, your neighbors, they work here. So when you spend money at Posh Petals, you're supporting a local Oro Valley resident who has, children and students who live here. So you're helping to support that generation as well.
Anything else, Kristen, that you want to highlight about this program or about the next upcoming year?
Yes. So one thing that I did fail to mention was like how we're actually running the program. So what we have within the businesses that are being focused on for that 2-week period is we will have boxes that you can go to the business, write your name and information down on, and put it into the raffle box. And then you'll be entered to win prizes. And each business is providing its own prize. So for example, at Posh Petals, she'll be giving away a free arrangement. Spa will be giving away a spa package. And Saffron will be giving away a $100 gift card, but also the chamber is providing a grand prize, so to speak, for each business. So we'll be giving away 50 grand prizes. That includes a wonderful chamber Stanley style mug, and inside of it will be 2 passes to Tohono Chul, a $25 gift card to Noble Hops, and a 1-night stay plus breakfast for 2 at El Conquistador Tucson and Hilton Resort. So you can go and visit the business, enter to win, and hopefully while you're there, patronize them, buy something to eat, check them out and help support their business.
And of course, we have to mention it is Fat Tuesday. Today is Mardi Gras. We love to see it, love to hear all about it, see the parades, all the costumes here. All the celebrations are underway in New Orleans today for Fat Tuesday. It always lands 47 days before Easter and a day before Ash Wednesday. So why not? Let's go ahead and take a look through New Orleans right now. A live look. You can see the amount of people filling the road right there. So many people looking out over the balconies. You can see the flags, all the beads. Honestly, it looks like a great time. So today on Unscripted on 13 Plus at 9:30, we actually have Bash's Bakery here bringing us king cakes and, oh goodness, I can't even say this, punchigis. Oh, I think I did it right, punchigis. We have that full interview posted up right now on our website. That is KOLD.com. Anna Orsini and myself were talking to Misty. She was awesome. She was talking about how they've been up since 2 a.m. to make sure they have enough sweet treats to go around. So any of those Bash's locations today are going to have king cakes and all the sweet treats to celebrate Mardi Gras and Tuesday. So lots of fun. And here, here. Look at this. One of the king's cakes. You can see all of the beads and colors and icing here. And they brought us lots. This is just one. We have like 4 and a bunch of other stuff. So you need to go get your own. Honestly, it's so good. So we'll go ahead and take a live look out to the sunrise. A little bit of snow up there, but looking gorgeous. Lots of sunshine today, like Allie Potter was saying. Get out there and enjoy it. Definitely drying out this week, so that's some good news. We got a lot of snow and rain last week, so best of both worlds. Thank you so much for watching this special edition of Unscripted on 13 Plus. And we will actually be here again tomorrow because there's women's soccer, so we won't have the noon newscast on 13 News. So come back to Unscripted on 13 Plus tomorrow at noon for all of your late breaking news and your first alert forecast. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.